You're Jewish, your family suffered, some perished in the Holocaust, the greatest of all crimes, which took place in the 20th century, perhaps the greatest of all crimes ever. And you grew up a supporter of the State of Israel. What changed your mind?
As you say, George, I grew up a supporter of the State of Israel. I was brought up as a Zionist. I went to Israel again and again and again on holiday. I had family there. I had friends there. But as I traveled around, because it's a small area, I would see not just Israelis in Israel living in huge comfort, subsidized by the Americans. I would see settlers in the illegal settlements living in huge comfort. And minutes away, I would go to a Palestinian township or village and see sewage flowing through the streets. And if you have any sense of justice at all, and as a Jewish child I was brought up with a sense of justice, the disparity is unacceptable. And it's got worse. It's got worse and worse and worse the whole time. And the Israelis live in comfort. I've gone through Tel Aviv and see them sitting at their pavement cafes, complacently enjoying themselves, while hardly any distance away, the people in the Gaza Strip are living in total misery. But let's forget the people on the West Bank. They're living in misery as well.
Now, of course, it is routine for Israeli propagandists to pray in aid the suffering of the Jewish people in the Holocaust. You reject that as a cover, don't you?
I reject it with utter contempt and anger. Most of my parents' families, because my parents came here as refugees, most of my parents' families were murdered in the Holocaust. When the Germans came to the town from which my mother came in Poland, Stashov, they lined up all the Jews to march to the railway station to be put in cattle wagons. But for those who were not well enough to march, they killed them on the spot. And they killed my grandmother, who was ill in bed, by shooting her in her bed. My grandmother did not die to provide cover for Israelis murdering Palestinian grandmothers.